I'm Jonathan Hickman, and this is Jeff Marker, and you're watching the Film Fix.
Mommy, I want some milk.
Oh, sure, Angel. Come here. I'll give you a little something. Slow down, honey. Your son is so cute.
Yeah.
How old is he?
Oh, he's 48 months. That's 4. Yeah.
We saw a movie that
Was it a movie?
Well,
Does this constitute?
well,
a movie?
it was like a long episode of a family gathering or something. We saw Grown Ups, and it was hardly a grown-up film. It was like a bunch of aging comedians goofing on one another.
Yeah.
So much of it seemed improv. Let's talk about the story first. Jeff, can you tell us what this movie's about?
Shouldn't take long to summarize the story for grown-ups because I honestly don't think I've ever seen a movie with less story. So the setup is this. Adam Sandler, Chris Rock, David Spade, Kevin James, and Rob Schneider once upon a time were best friends. They were the starting 5 for their 8th grade basketball team. They win a championship. They love their coach. Fast forward 30 years, the coach dies. They all return for the reunion. And at this point, they're all sort of grown-ups, but they have these problems that for the most part are non-problems. They're not hard to solve. They don't do a whole lot, they don't put a whole lot of effort forth to actually solve these problems. They mostly just gather at this house on a lake and take pot shots at each other like 5 comedians getting in a room together.
Okay, Jeff, so you told us painfully what the story was about, if you could say there was really a story. I felt like a lot of this was improv. You know, you have all of these familiar faces, these gifted, I mean, it's hard to believe that Chris Rock went from doing Good Hair last year, a very critically praised documentary that had a very good personal story with he and his daughter, to this. I mean, I guess he filmed it last year. It's just incomprehensible.
That's just the beginning of all the talent that's sort of wasted in this movie. You know, we mentioned all of the male leads, but then you've got Salma Hayek, who we're supposed to believe is married to this schlub, Adam Sandler. It's very much like a sitcom. We have 3 sitcom wives. We have her, we have Maya Rudolph, and we have Maria Bello. A couple of hot daughters show up later. They throw about a ton of kids in there. There's a grandmother character, so there's a handful of little cameos, and there's so many people in it, nobody really gets to do much. Maya Rudolph, Maria Bello, and Salma Hayek each get about 10 lines, maybe? That's really about it.
Well, and the central joke has been given away in the trailer.
All the jokes have been given away in the trailer, by the way.
And everything's telegraphed, and everybody in the movie is so self-aware that they're actually making a movie. It's kind of funny. Like, we see something go on that has sort of a humorous, maybe even a thought-provoking episode or something, and then you have a cutaway where 2 of the characters comment on what we as the audience just saw, and they make a cheap joke. And over, if anything, the person who comes away best in the movie is Rob Schneider, who has this kind of unforgivable role as this new age healer guy who is romancing this elderly woman played by Joyce Van Patten, who is good in the role, but still it's just sort of a ridiculous situation.
You know, those 2 take the most shots. They're the target of the most jokes out of anybody, and oddly enough, they end up being the most sympathetic, I think.
And she has the best, I guess, wind-up, the film's sort of, okay, we've got to end conclusion. You know, what we really need to focus on, though, is the Dennis Dugan-Adam Sandler relationship. Dennis Dugan is the director. He directed Happy Gilmore. He did I Pronounce You, Chuck and Larry. He's worked a lot with Adam Sandler, and Adam Sandler is one of the co-writers of this film. Sandler in this has sort of given away this Little Voices kind of thing where he takes on a ridiculous character. In this, he plays the straight man. Yeah. And he's just not that funny as the straight man, and he's also not the heart of the film either. So I don't know that Adam Sandler fans have much to hang their hat on when they see this.
They really don't. And you know, you think about when he's at his best. Happy Gilmore, I thought, was very funny.
Sure.
When he is volatile, you know, in The Wedding Singer, he's constantly sort of hurting and on the verge of just sort of bursting out. Very much like Ben Stiller is in a lot of his best roles. And he's not like that at all. He's sort of always calm and collected. And you said it. He's a straight man. And so
He's not only a straight man, he's everybody's hero. He's rich.
He plays a winner.
And he seems
Adam
to.
Sandler playing a winner.
I mean, one wonders how his kids got in the role in this. He has children. How his children got so turned around and spoiled if he was such a sensitive, all-knowing, self-aware guy. It's almost like, oh, he goes home again, and suddenly he grows a conscience. It's really kind of a disingenuous transformation.
Well, and for the most part, there is no transformation for him or anybody else in the movie.
No, he was fine when he got there, wasn't he?
Sure, yeah, he really was, and most of them were, quite frankly. What they do is they establish some characters that could have been interesting and could have been developed, but they sort of take shots at each other, they make jokes at each other's expense. Nobody develops until about 15 minutes before the end.
That's right.
And then they try to resolve everything.
Well, and there's too many characters in this. The movie is just too busy. You don't have anything that you can actually believe. You can't. You don't have any. You just don't have anything you can latch on to. Kevin James is really ineffective in the movie. His character. I don't think that there has been a more wince-inducing movie since, say, Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Really a bad movie.
And I really wanted to be nice this week. After last week, and I took abuse for not liking Toy Story 3, I really wanted to be nice. It's an Adam Sandler and company movie during the summer. I knew what I was in for. And it's still just, there's so little to it.
Yeah, it
That's
doesn't.
what I was shocked by. It's such a lazy movie.
It doesn't deliver Adam Sandler laughs. It's really just formless. And you have all these characters. So did you get your fix from Grown Ups?
Not even close. I barely felt like I watched a movie by the end.
Yeah.
Did you?
Well, no. I mean, I wanted to get up and leave early, and when I'm reviewing a film, I just can't leave. This is one that I don't even think you're going to be able to watch the whole thing on DVD.
It was work this week, wasn't
it?
Yeah,
it was. It was. Sometimes it's not. So I didn't get my fix either. Thank you for watching the Film Fix this week. I'm Jonathan Hickman.
I'm Jeff Marker, and hopefully it'll be better next week.
Remember, you can always visit us on the web by either visiting our YouTube channel, which is getting very, very popular, or which we're surprised by, but that's wonderful. Or you can visit us on the web at dailyfilmfix.com, where you can feed your movie addiction.
No, you did it! Bravo! Do you know how to skip rocks, Mrs. Spader?
Are you kidding me? I am the best at this. Give me that. Now watch me.